Hey everyone. So you probably know Alphabet reported quarterly earnings results late last week, and there was a lot of information that I thought would be important for Alphabet stock investors to know. And I've been going through the conference call transcript, the earnings release, the financial statements, etc., to highlight the items that are important for Alphabet stock investors to digest in a more simplified manner, removing all the jargon, replacing it with information that you and me can understand that doesn't require a master's degree in finance to digest. So I'll continue that here in this video, going through some more details about Google Workspace, about its recent acquisition of a cybersecurity company, and we might even get to Google's Waymo segment, the driverless car technology platform, if we have time in this video.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So Google Workspace is one of the reasons why I think Alphabet has an advantage in the artificial intelligence space, is because it can utilize its enhancements, its research and development in large language models, and translate that to improvements in its Google Workspace products. It already delivers more than 2 billion AI assists monthly, including summarizing Gmail and refining docs. So these are everyday things that people are using in their work, in their communications. And if these products are enhanced with artificial intelligence, these products are going to become more valuable and people are going to engage with them more frequently, which of course leads to more opportunities for Alphabet to show advertisements, and it generates revenue. And I've talked extensively how that feeds into its positive virtuous cycle, where it can then reinvest more of those funds into its developments in artificial intelligence, which then enhances their products and on and on. And since it's still very early days for AI, right, we only got the launch of ChatGPT in late 2022. So it's very early days in the advent of artificial intelligence in the form of large language models. And Alphabet can incorporate that into all of its products for many more years to come to enhance their effectiveness. You might not be able to see it on your screen, but the company went on to say that they acquired a cloud security company, cybersecurity company called Wiz. And that's going to help, again, add products to its workspace, which it can offer to enterprises and make the whole enterprise service offering more extensive for Alphabet. And TV is now the primary device for YouTube viewing in the United States, according to Nielsen. And YouTube has been number one in streaming watch time in the US for the last 2 years. So Waymo is now safely serving over 250,000 paid passenger trips each week. That's up 5x from a year ago. 250,000 passenger trips each week paid. So we have driverless car technology on the roads right now that are earning revenues for Alphabet. So driverless car technology might be many, many years away for a company like Tesla, because they're approaching this in a different way with just cameras without using any of those advanced technologies that make it safer. But because it's making people safer, it's also more expensive. And so Tesla doesn't like that it's more expensive, and they haven't gone that route. And so they're trying to do it with cameras only because it's cheaper, and they believe that will lead to more profits. And Tesla seems to care more about that than a company like Alphabet, which is more concerned with offering these rides more safely. Now, should the camera technology ultimately turn out to be just as safe or safer than the current technology that Alphabet is using, there's no reason why they can't reduce the amount of technology that they employ in these driverless cars to make them less costly to produce and be able to roll them out more broadly, right? There's no reason why they won't be able to reverse engineer that and come up with that strategy themselves if that strategy is ultimately the strategy that's the less costly and more effective strategy. But for now, they have these rides on the road. They've increased 5x year over year. The past quarter, they started paid service in Silicon Valley, and with a partnership with Uber, they expanded in Austin, Texas, and they're launching later this year in Atlanta. They announced that they're going to launch in Washington, D.C. in 2026 and in Miami in 2026. So they're already in multiple cities and they're expanding to even more cities, collecting data, real world data from paid customers, not data from customers that are driving their cars in a different way while intervening and driving sometimes in certain conditions. That's different kind of data, right? Alphabet is collecting actual driverless car data. And so that data will be valuable, as well as the customer information and relationships that they're building. The one area I think they're falling behind on, that is Alphabet, I think falling behind in driverless car technology, is the communication. Tesla, even though they haven't delivered a single driverless car ride, is becoming synonymous with driverless car technology. The marketing that the company is doing, starting with the CEO, has been excellent. They're getting themselves connected with driverless car technology even before they've offered a single ride, even before they've developed the technology that's sufficient to get out on the roads. They're already becoming synonymous with driverless car technology. So the marketing behind it has been, I would say, extremely in favor of Tesla against Alphabet, even though the actual product, the actual tangible results is in favor of Alphabet. The marketing has been in favor of Tesla. So this is something that maybe Alphabet can get a better handle on. Maybe as they expand to more cities, they'll devote more efforts into marketing, into getting the word out of this technology, of their developments, more publicity, etc., as they get more confident in this technology, because that's important. Marketing is an important aspect of the business. In order to get business, you need to let customers know about the products that you're offering. If customers don't know about it, then you can't get customers to purchase and use your services. So you've got to be effective at letting customers know, letting potential customers know that you have a product out and it's available. If you let your competitors take over that function, then if a customer wants to try out a driverless car ride, you won't be the place they go to. They'll go to somewhere else because that's what they heard. That's the company that has driverless car technology. So that's something that I wish Alphabet would work better on, and promoting this more effectively, and promoting their developments in driverless car technology more effectively, so that they don't let Tesla run away with being connected with driverless car technology before it's too late. Hey everyone, so many of you have been asking about my investing strategy, and I'm excited to announce that I've written a book that's available for sale now that describes my 6-step investing framework for evaluating stocks. I've added the link in the description below.